What is going on, guys? We have Cory's car up on the lift right now, his 2013 Scion FRS with the brand new motor from Toyota because it blew up. And we're going to be doing some development for parts, and he's going to be installing some Aero stuff. He got a big BCL wing, front lip, and Aero parts.
I'm doing Aero because some of it was eBay.
Yeah.
And the BCL wing really isn't like...
It's not that good, but it does something.
It was $350. So.
But I'm going to be making the solid motor mounts, so if you've been waiting on those, they will be ready soon. And I'm going to be working on a couple other parts, so check it out. Now with the motor mount bolts all undone, we're going to have to raise the motor, but while the car is still up in the air, I am tearing down the rear brakes to make a dual caliper bracket. And Cory is over there hiding because he's scared because I'm tearing apart a drum brake. And he's afraid of drum brakes.
I don't like drum brakes.
Drum brakes are scary, aren't they, Cory?
They are scary.
Anyways, I'm going to tear this apart and then I'm going to leave Cory to put it back together.
Wait, why do I have to put my own car back together when you took it apart?
I'm just kidding.
Oh, okay.
But we're also replacing a stud that was broken, so we're doing cool maintenance while we are making cool parts. Alright, so here is the first mock-up of the dual caliper bracket, and I made a couple adjustments and I don't have the correct material, so I'm not even going to get this done, but I got all the measurements I need and can throw that over there, and now I can put this back together and pretend like we were never here until we have to come back. Everything over here is back together and loosely tightened so Cory can die on the toge.
Hopefully.
Oh shit. I mean, yeah, it's all fully torqued and stuff. Torqued to spec.
What were you saying? I was too busy gazing at this stupid thing I put on my car.
Oh, that.
Yeah.
Elephant in the room.
Also, I'm gonna talk a little shit right now.
Oh.
BCL wings are fucking awful. They are trash. Look at that finish. This edge is wavy as fuck. We've dealt with a lot of Battle Aero, BCL. I build wings, and I have an APR wing, and this is completely uncomparable to anything. It's just awful.
I'm happy I didn't buy it brand new and I only paid $350.
Yeah, he got it super cheap, and it'll give him downforce plus a ton of drag, but it will give him some downforce.
I also made these little cool wing stands.
Cory Fab also made these. Damn, yeah, they're pretty tight.
Yeah.
Made these base plates for...
All by hand and eyeballing, by the way. I didn't measure anything.
Yeah, that was all hand cut. He didn't,
yeah.
He didn't do it on the plasma table.
I used a piece of cardboard and traced some things.
Ooh, the old CAD.
And then eyeballed it.
The old CAD, cardboard assistance design.
Cardboard assistance.
And, so besides the big stupid wing with a terrible profile, if you know anything about aerodynamics.
It's okay.
I pulled apart Cory's interior. And built a Hydro e-brake mount, which Cory's not even going to use. And Cory installed his D&D steering wheel earlier. But, so we got those. They fit great. And buy it. It's on the website. It's already there. Now I got to pull it out and put everything back together, pretend like I was never here. And just like that, the interior is back together like I was never even here. Except the battery's probably dead by now. But, oh well, not my problem. So, you can barely see it up there, but we got the solid trans mount all finalized. Oh god, I almost just tripped. Look at that. Look at that. Boom, it's beautiful. I had to 3D print this part right here. And that will just be water jet cut out of a thick piece of aluminum, I believe. And then the rest will just be steel, just like that. Welded up and painted, just like our trans mounts, which Cory doesn't even have any of. Like a fucking idiot. They ain't free, boy. Look at him eating his mac and cheese.
Matt doesn't like mac and cheese, fun fact.
Mac and cheese is gross.
You're fucked up, man.
But
I can understand not liking hot dogs, but mac and cheese, come on, dude. Your name is Matt.
that's irrelevant. Anyways, yeah, Cory hates me, so he doesn't have my trans mount. But he does have a big ass stupid wing, and he put the little cable X braces on it for swag points. And then he put stickers on it because he's Cory and he puts stickers on everything. So
I somehow went, what, 4 months ago to this? I didn't put a single sticker on it somehow.
yeah,
Then again, it was at Toyota for like 75% of the time that I've owned this car.
yeah, but it's fixed now. So now we can blow it up again.
Hopefully Toyota doesn't see this.
At Toyota.
That kid ripped us off. He was really on a racetrack and just blew his engine up. That's totally not what happened.
No.
No.
Shh. What? What?
You blow your car on a racetrack?
Anyways, bye. I'm gonna give away a set of these solid transmission mounts to one of you right now. All you gotta do is go in the comments, comment your Instagram, and if you got an FRS, I will send a set of these to one of you, maybe a few of you, probably just one. So just comment your Instagram below and I'll slide over, check it out, and then I'll shoot one of you a message on Instagram. I'll pick the winner in a couple of days. But comment Instagram below, do it. So while I wasn't even looking, Cory got this 1/4-inch birch plywood splitter cut out. And then we're going to cut some notches for the wheels to make sure they clear with the big tires. And then we're gonna build some splitter tunnels and fiberglass it up and get it mounted. It should be pretty dope. So this will provide a lot of downforce for the front to match the downforce he's gonna get from the rear wing. Even though it's a BCL wing and it's a bad profile, it will still generate downforce. Pretty much anything in the rear of a car that is, you know, tilted downward will generate downforce. The biggest issue with it is the fact that it has a lot of drag for the amount of downforce it creates. Whereas a wing like my APR, which I've heard APR wings aren't even, they're not designed, like, they're not tested in design. They're just designed and then tested, but they still end up with a pretty good lift to drag ratio. And the front splitter is all done. So basically what Cory did was trace his front lip right there, go out 4 inches, I believe, and then it sort of tapers down and does like just a random curve on the edges. And then what we did was cut these little sections out, which make a bit of what's called a splitter tunnel or splitter diffuser. And it just allows air to come up and reduces the pressure beneath the splitter, causing more downforce. If you're going to do this, you got to make sure your splitter is well attached because this does provide a good bit of downforce. So now we have some 3/4 ounce chop strand mat, some vinyl ester resin, and all the supplies, and we're going to fiberglass over this and make it nice and strong and waterproof. Now we're going to pour the resin. For this, it took about 56 ounces top and bottom, maybe a little bit less than that. You're going to rip all the chop strand mat and just kind of get it to fit. It's a lot easier to work with if you flare the edges out like that and basically just tear it instead of cutting it with scissors. Just rip it in half with your hands. Make sure you're wearing gloves, otherwise you will be itchy. We didn't put a brace over on the inside part of the little splitter diffusers, so that was kind of a pain, but we made it work with some masking tape. And then the more people you have, the better, because you don't have a whole lot of working time with this stuff. So we got the whole squad in there. We use paintbrushes to sort of dab the air bubbles out. We use the plastic spreader, the little yellow thing, to just move the resin around, get it where you need it to be. And then we also have the roller, or 2 rollers actually, and those just help really get the air bubbles out of there.
Oh my God.
And then you want to make sure you get it wet all the way up to the edges, get all the air bubbles out, make sure all the fiberglass is nice and wetted up. Otherwise it just won't be very strong and it'll just sand away like nothing, and it won't keep the water out, which is bad, useless. And you can see right there I'm dabbing the cloth, put it on the side, carefully holding my hand behind the little board that Cory put in there. And then it fell down because it wasn't securely attached. So make sure everything's securely attached because that'll save you a lot of trouble later on. Make sure everything's covered in resin. Make sure everything's covered in the cloth. If it's not covered in the cloth, you're really not going to see any strength gain from it. Just the resin will keep out water, but it won't make it any stronger than just the wood itself. And then you can see what I did right there is mixed all the remaining fiberglass cloth into the resin and then just packed it into those corners just to give them a lot of extra support. And you can pretty much put that wherever you need it. And here is the splitter in its final form, covered in Rust-Oleum, trimmed, sanded, all that good stuff, made it look a little pretty. And then slap some black Rust-Oleum on it. That good stuff right there.
Quality.
The highest quality.
Only the best.
Everybody's like, oh, I want to do it.
Yeah, but also Cory did throw some high quality shit on his car. Boom, look at those guys. Let me focus on those guys. Look at those guys. Got some of the sideways fab solid trans mounts in there so he can be a real baller. Get some of them cool sounds. And there it is, minus a couple of the wire supports that we're going to put on there. He did go back in here, which you're not going to be able to see, and got a couple frame braces, which I'll show you later, or you can go check out on our Instagram. But I think that is all for now.
I'm not building you guys one, I'm sorry.
No.
It would cost like $1,000 for me to hand make another one of these for somebody.
But I'll make you one out of carbon, because that's cooler.
And it would be worth it.
It'll be worth it at that point, yeah.
If it was carbon.
But Cory's car is ready to party. Oh, and since you don't need tags right now, Cory put his Lazarus tag on the back just so we can fully mob. Party super hard. Like Cory was just saying, all this work and it still looks stock. Thanks for watching. Be sure to stay tuned for doing the gussets on the Porsche.